First episode. Um, I don't know what else. I tried recording this video a couple months back, but the quality of my fucking videos were ass. I don't know if I still have that video. I mean, the audio, but dude, my mic was so ass. But I bought a new mic. Gonna try this again. Hopefully, you guys like it. If you guys want more, I'll continue. But I'm gonna be reading the stories in the channel. Just scary shit. Hopefully, you guys like it. Maybe we'll record some videos. I don't know. Just just trying this out real quick, but always want to record something. But we're gonna start off with a story. It's called "The Previous Tenant of My New Flat Left a Survival Guide." I'm not sure I want to live here anymore. Let's get right into it. I moved in with my boyfriend yesterday. Oh my god, a voice crack already? I'm not made for this shit. I moved in with my boyfriend yesterday. We've been together for 5 years now, and we're old and wise enough to settle down and finally leave our parents' house. We just turned 24 and I'm 22. He's the love of my life. His name is Jamie, and I couldn't be happier to live with him. When we decided to make the leap, we spent 2 months looking for flats and houses. We couldn't afford to buy yet, so renting was our only option, but the prices were astronomical. For our budget, we would have been lucky to get a box room and a stove. Jamie works for a local 24-hour fast food restaurant, and I'm training to be a teacher. The early stages of training don't pay much, and I owe a lot in student loans, so financials are pretty tough. We have almost given up hope until we found our flat. It's nothing special, but to us, it's a palace. A spacious two-bedroom apartment with views of the city park, a balcony, and local conveniences. It was in a tower block in a not so nice area, but neither of us have been wealthy growing up. We weren't fussy. We were just grateful to be together. Oh, it's kind of cute. Okay, so far not that bad. I don't know what I should be expecting for going forward, but so far it doesn't seem that bad. Oh shit, where was I? That advert was sweetened by the deposit fee option and open-ended tenancy. The landlord was happy to sign a 5-year contract if he wanted. The sort of thing never happens in the city. We were told that along with no deposits, we would also have no inspection, but we would be liable to pay for any damages when we ended the tenancy. I'd never heard of anything quite like it. We knew that for our budget and location, we weren't going to get any better. We snapped the place up fast. Not even bothered to view it. It felt like our only chance. Move-in day rolled around quickly, and yesterday we got the keys to our first home together. It was such a strange feeling. The day was chaos, getting our stuff in and up into the lift. We were in flat number 42 on the 7th floor. The items we couldn't get in the lift had to be taken up all the stairs by the removal men. I think they were grateful we weren't any higher up, but I still wish we had been able to give them a better tip. In the evening, we settled down on our second-hand sofa, given to us by a cousin of a friend, and watched some TV. We smoked cigarettes on the balcony, looking at the park, and fell asleep on the mattress on the floor super early because we had no energy to put the bed together yet, and Jamie had work at the hideous time of the morning. We slept soundly last night. I felt safe and happy. I don't think that feeling is coming back anytime soon, and it's all due to the note I found this morning. I found it in the kitchen, having a coffee, hours after Jamie had left for his early shift at work. It was in one of the cup holders that were fixed on the wall. There were a bunch of useful items from the previous tenant, spare keys to the flat, and a set of tiny keys that locked and unlocked the windows, necessary for those with kids this high up, spare smoke alarm batteries, and folded up pieces of paper. The note was handwritten with "New occupier of flat 42" in beautiful cursive on the blank side. I opened it up and sat down to read it. I can't really describe it to you, so I'm going to copy it down below. And this is the note that it says. Dear new occupier, firstly, welcome to your new home. I lived here before you for 35 years with my husband. Unfortunately, he had an incident at home recently that I'd rather not discuss that claimed his life. My sister has decided I can't keep up with the demands of the property and has insisted that I move in with her and her husband. I was reluctant at first, but the stairs do kill me at my age when without Bernie is filled with sadness. Anyways, when you live somewhere for as long as I have, it feels like a person that you know. You understand its personality and when it makes you tick. I thought it was probably pertinent that I was impact some of that knowledge onto you. It was a wonderful home. Honestly, number one, the landlord will never bother you. He doesn't visit, call, or communicates in any way. But make sure that you pay your rent in a timely fashion always. I have dealt with him for 35 years, and let's say I have never missed another rent. Any repairs require you to speak to the agent you rented the place with. Number 2, do not use a communal lift between 1:11 and 3:33 a.m. Just don't do it. This step is vital if you were to have a happy life here. It really is life or death. Don't do it. This has cost me and many others in the building greatly, and I would rather not elaborate on why you shouldn't do this. Please just don't do it. I cannot stress this enough. Oh, I don't know. When you hear strange animal noises coming from flat 48, don't question it. Mr. Prentice lives there, and he's a lovely chap. Don't be afraid to say hello to him in the corridor or in the stairs. He's old school, so he never risks the lift. But whatever you do, don't check on him when you hear the noises. You'll know when you hear them. Number 4. If you ever come across a window cleaner on the balcony, ignore him. He may seem like the nicest fellow you've ever had trying to sell you something on that door, but it really is the best you don't engage. He will go away if you ignore him, but he tries pretty hard at first few times, so you'll need to have some resilience. Whatever you do, don't offer him anything. No money, no hot drink. Number 5, don't leave food scraps out. Bin or refrigerate them immediately. If you have small animals, it is imperative that you watch them eat and take away any leftover foods immediately after they are done. This and rule 2 go hand in hand. The things forage all day and seem to really love animal feed. Does that make sense to you guys? You don't want them in your flat, I promise. You can leave what you want out between 1:11 and 3:33 a.m., so you may want to feed your pets then. Don't communicate with any neighbors who claim to come from flats 65 and 72. These flats suffered a fire in the late 80s that devastated the whole floor. All the residents died in the homes. The building was mostly council owned at the time, and they never bothered to renovate the flats. They have been empty ever since then, but every now and again someone will knock at your door claiming they live in one of those flats and ask to borrow some sugar. They will seem entirely average, but you must shut the door and lock the door immediately. I installed 2 extra security bolts to avoid these fuckers. I don't like to swear at my age, but these are really fuckers. How many goddamn rules are there? 12 rules. Damn. 6 is pretty fucking brutal. 7. One of you here, keep a weapon in each room. Sometimes you follow all these steps and something still slips through the net. Better be safe than sorry. Okay, keep a Glock 19, the grandma says. Fuck. Dude, AK-47 just to be safe. The building has a community that will try and get you to join. It's one of those neighbor groups about improving living conditions for all residents. It is a nice group, and the lady who runs it, Carrie from Flat 26, is a fantastic neighbor. By all means, get involved, but I wouldn't recommend babysitting. Carrie's 2 children. Okay. She'll ask you because the poor woman needs a break, but if you accept, don't say I didn't warn you. I don't think that's bad. I think that's just like her trying to be funny. Unless these are fucking demon childs. There's no way to fix the dump patch on the ceiling in the bedroom. Sometimes it turns out deep crimson and it looks quite concerning. But please try to not be alarmed. It doesn't drip. It doesn't get any bigger, and it's been there for longer than I have. The landlord won't budge on it, according to the agents. I flagged it many times. Even called the police the first night it changed colors. But it was a waste of time, and it will be for you too. It's best to just ignore it. You can trust the postman. His name is Ian Flanders, and he's been the postman since before I moved in. He has his own key to the main door and delivers it to the door every morning at 8:54. I can't include everything here, or it will become a novel, but if you have any more questions, Ian will help you. Finally, the first... Oh shit, I forgot to be reading the fucking rules. Damn. My bad, guys. The final last rule, number 12. Finally, the first few weeks are the worst. You'll feel like you made a mistake. I'm sure reading this, you already do. But if you can get through the first week, it's really a lovely block to live in. Every property has its quirks, and this is just a little extra special. But you can be truly happy here if you take my advice. I wish you all the best. I really do. Yours truly, Miss Produce Hemmings. I don't really know what to think after reading this note. Hopefully it was some sort of joke, but the agent had said the previous tenant was an elderly lady, and I can't see anyone named Produce Hemmings attempting to play practical jokes on someone they never met. There was also parts of the note I couldn't disprove. There was indeed a large stamp above the bread that me and Damie had already discussed reporting. No crimson, but it definitely existed. I had also commented on a beautiful Sphinx cat roaming the halls as we moved in. I started to get seriously freaked out. There's animals? Did I miss that? There's animals? Our dream, our beautiful little house had just become a source of fear and confusion. I checked the time and it was 9:14. Damn it, out of time to catch postman Ian. When I opened the door to check, sure enough, two letters addressed to Miss Hemmings sat on the deep store. On the deep store, on the doorstep. At 11:15, my worst fear were truly confirmed when a friendly, middle-aged looking man carrying window cleaning equipment knocked on my balcony door. I ignored him. I didn't want to take the risk until I'd spoken to Jamie and showed him the note first. I had texted him, all ready to rush home. I felt bad as the man raped his as the man raped his knuckles. Rapped? Oh, I felt bad as the man rapped his knuckles against the door for over 10 minutes. But honestly, the longer it went, the more I was terrified. My windows were sparkling, and due to the lack of curtains, I couldn't even hide from his gaze. I felt so exposed. He stayed for a total of 30 minutes exactly, and never once did he stop looking at me or knocking. He shouted an occasionally ultra-friendly line or humble request for a beverage in the heat through the door, but I did my best to avoid eye contact. When he finally left, I looked outside every window in the flat, but I couldn't see him in any of the other balconies or see any equipment suggesting he was around. He had just vanished completely. Jamie still hadn't texted me back. He must have been having a rough shift. It was Friday, and they were always busy. It wasn't often that he didn't reply. He was due home in around an hour anyways. I read the note probably 100 times over. I tortured myself reading it for the next hour, desperately waiting for Jamie to come through the door and tell me that it was all crazy and I should just relax. I hoped for that so much. But Jamie never came. His shift should have finished around mid. Okay, I'm hearing things. I'm getting scared. It's not even the story that's scary. I'm just getting scared. Fuck. But Jamie never came. Shift should have finished around midday, but by 2 p.m. he still wasn't home. I panicked. I cried. I left over 100 voice messages on his phone, but got nowhere. I finally decided it had been long enough that calling his work wouldn't embarrass him, and his boss told me that he had never turned up for his shift. I thought about it. What could have happened? And then it hit me. Jamie's shift started at 4 a.m. today. He would have left the flat at 3:15 and taken the lift downstairs. I don't know what to do. I've tried to convince myself it was all a big joke. Maybe Jamie wrote the note and his boss was in on it. A voice in my head kept telling me that he couldn't write like that if he tried, but I attempted to fool myself. It's getting late, and he isn't home. What if it's all true? I think we made a big mistake. And there's like a URL I will read in part 2, but I'm gonna make this first episode really short, see if there's anyone watching this shit. I'm gonna try to edit to my best of my ability. Guys, I suck at reading, I really do, but I will get better, and hopefully you guys just watch me and enjoy it. Any recommendations I'll really do. Any cool stories, because I'm just reading off of like no sleep right now, but hey, if you guys want me to read anything, just let me know. But thank you for having me, guys. Peace.